Hey, what's up, everybody? So, how are you guys doing? And hey, over here on Facebook as well. So, I wanted to reach out today and just share a client case study with you guys today, all about finding opportunities because I have people coming to me all the time talking about they can't find opportunities. They can't find contracts to bid or contracts that they can even win. And then we have those that are not looking at all and think it's going to fall in their lap and it doesn't. So, but anyway, I want to share with you today a client case study on how you can get out there and start finding some opportunities. All right. So I hope you guys can hear me. So I have some notes. So here's the client's story in the beginning. So, for example, she was skeptical. She didn't want to get out and go networking because she's an introvert. She don't like going out meeting people, right? And most people we're like that, going to new places, having to meet people that we don't know. So it's kind of uncomfortable for us to do such things. But that was one of the things she had to overcome, as well as it was a little bit scary for her, going out and meeting new people, introducing her business for the very first time, right? And but here's what happened. She did it anyway. Now, I can't say that she would have done it on her own without a little coaching behind her, pushing her to get out there and do it. But nevertheless, she got out there and she did some networking. And so here's the thing, it's really all about just playing along the edge. Along the edge, whatever that means for you, but for my clients, part of that is being uncomfortable, playing on the edge, not where you fall over, but it's uncomfortable. So it's okay to be uncomfortable. And really, that's where you'll see the growth in your business. So you have to get out there and be uncomfortable. Okay. So what we had her do is go out to some networking events. Okay. And it's not like just go out running around networking. Everything that I have you guys do is strategic. There's a reason behind it. There's a purpose. Don't nobody have time to just go out ripping, running all over the place just to rip and run. When we go out, leave home, me included, there's an agenda. Okay. So let's see, what did we go through here? So here's what I helped her with. So we kind of talked about the scenario of who would be there where she's going networking, right? What type of people would be there? Because that's one of the things you want to look at before you leave home or before you pay to go somewhere. Who's going to be there? Why are you going? What's the purpose? What do you plan to get out of the event, right? And so if you know your ideal people are going to be there, if you know possible contracting opportunities are there in the building, then it kind of makes sense to go. But then you also have to be prepared and ready once you get there. And so, that's a whole nother conversation. But in essence, you go with an agenda, you go with uh, what you're going to do while you're going to be there, who you're going to reach out to, what you're going to say, how the follow-up communication will go about and what it will look like and things like that. So all of that needs to be pre-planned so that it just happens like clockwork while you're at the event and after the event. Because a lot of times, like if you go to a trade show or a conference or something like that, there's a lot of people there. And ideally, if it's, like an evening type thing where it's 2-3 hours, something like that, you can't possibly reach every person. And if you do, you definitely can't have an extensive conversation with them. So you have to uh, have an agenda and make sure you talk to the important people that you have on your list, and then everything else is extra. Okay. So, but here's the results that happen after the event. Going prepared, right? Getting outside of her comfort zone, going anyway, and not even having everything put together, but having the right things in order is what it took for her. 7 days later, an opportunity to partner on a bid, an opportunity to speak. Now, she didn't see the beauty in that, but I'm like, yeah, when you're speaking, so what are you going to share with them? All about your business. That's free exposure. Why not? with your ideal people. So yeah, so that's an opportunity. Invited to bid on future projects, and then also 3 projects to bid on, like now, just from going out, getting outside of her comfort zone, going out networking. All right. So what made it all possible? Here's the thing: getting out networking. So sometimes you're going to have to get out from behind your desk, go out and meet people. And if you're in a place where you're like, I need some cash flow, I need contracts, or I want more contracts quickly, it's always faster to go out and meet people, see what opportunities they have right now, and what do they have coming down the pipeline that you can be a part of. And of course, you have to ask to find out. Okay. Uh, when you're going out, being prepared with an agenda. Who do you want to meet? I kind of covered this. Who do you want to meet? What are you going to say to them? And the only way to know that is, one, if they have a list prior to going, then you can definitely check off who you're going to talk to while you're there. If you don't know until you get there, take 5 minutes and look at the list of people there, and choose, depending on how much time you have, but at least 3 people or 3 companies you want to make sure you talk to, and then everything else is extra. And here's the thing, let me just share this. When you're out networking, it does not mean that you're going to tell somebody your entire business story. Number one, if you're, talking to the same person for, 5, 10, 15 minutes, 5 is not bad. But when you're getting into 10, 15, 20 minutes, one, you're being selfish. You're like monopolizing all of their time. And there's other people, ideally, usually most of the time, look behind you, waiting to talk to them too. When you're there networking, that's not the time to like just tell them everything about your company. That's why follow up is important. Okay. Basically, there's just a brief introduction so that when you follow up, they know who you are. Okay. Um, so back in the day, you were younger, you go to parties, you don't want to dance, and so you stand against the wall with your friends and you chit chat. But most of the time when you go out networking, you're probably going by yourself. And then the other thing is, just like when you were younger, don't hold up that wall, don't be a wallflower. Get out, mingle, meet people. Okay, you could say something just as simple: hey, is this your first time coming here? Simple stuff, just conversation starters. Or you can say something like, so who do you hope to meet here today? Or what brought you here today? Or what do you do? And I mean, most people will ask, what do you do? But if you want to be different, you can ask something different. um, if they're serving food, you can ask them, what did they have? Did they like it? Or did you try the steak? That kind of thing. So just start a conversation. Okay, and you'll find out everything you want to know. Okay. And you also need to know how to effectively communicate what you do. Nobody cares the whole spiel of your company. Like, my name is, Felicia with Dream for Self Business Services, LLC. Nobody cares that I'm an LLC. I do XYZ. I help small businesses grow their business, in federal contracting and the private sector. I have, this certification, the woman-owned certification, minority woman-owned certification, the economically disadvantaged woman-owned certification, just rambling off that kind of stuff. Nobody cares really about your certifications either. They really want to know, what can you do for them? Very simple. They don't want to know necessarily how long you've been in business, where you started, where you're based. That's for later. Basically, real simple: who you are, what you do. Here's an example. So I would say something like, hey, I'm Felicia Streeter with the Contractor's Edge. I help small businesses get into government contracting, as well as grow in the private sector and take advantage of those $1 million contracts with the government. That's all I have to say when I go out and network, and people flock to me. That's all I have to say. Everything else will happen later. Just who I am, who I serve, what I do. Now, if I was talking to somebody individually, I would probably say more, in the sense that if it was my ideal client one-on-one conversation, I may say, what projects are you currently working on? And the reason I'm asking that, because the follow-up question is, depending on what I do, I'm going to ask, do you have some opportunities there? Or I'll ask, what projects do you have coming down the pipeline? So they may not have anything right now, but they're either bidding on something, trust me, or they have some stuff that's getting ready to start, getting ready to mobilize, and then they'll need my services in that regard. So I'm always asking, what are they currently working on, and what do they have coming down the pipeline? Okay. And then also I'm letting them know who I am, what I do, which is in turn telling them how I can help them, because I know I'm talking to my ideal client or customer, somebody that, um, they have the type of work that I can do. So those things are really important to know. And then, like I said, if you're talking to the right people, I promise you, it will always net opportunities. Now, if you're talking to the wrong people, let me see. So you're talking to, and this it's hard to say. So let me see. So you're talking to an IT company and you do janitorial. Well, they may not need your services, right? So you have to be creative. And a lot of times, let me just share this, janitorial people miss out on a lot of contracts because a lot of times they forget that construction companies use their services. At the end of every construction project, they have final cleanup. So, yeah, so I'll leave that there because I'll go off on a whole nother tangent with you guys telling you more information. So, yeah, so just so you know that. So, if you wanted to, hey, I remember you, NYC Rico. How are you? I didn't see that over here. I'm busy talking. You know how I do. So good evening to you as well. I remember you reached out to me. How cool. So if you have any questions about getting some contracting opportunities, I definitely answer your questions. You can pop them in. I can see them. Any questions? And I know there's a lag, so I'll give you guys a second. If you have any questions about contracting, finding opportunities, or you're stuck where you're at and what's that one next thing you can do, I can definitely share that with you. All right. So if you don't have any questions, I'm going to end this because I think I've shared quite a bit. I've talked a lot. And you can always come back and, pop in the comment section if you have some questions. I'll see it later. Oh, let me move my thing. All right, Tanya. I hope I'm saying that correctly. ATL. Hi. So you said, I'm literally filling out my SAM and I'm so overwhelmed. Well, what's your question? How can I help you? Hey, Sunshine. So here's the thing, Tanya, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, you correct me. But I don't know where you're at in the process of filling out your SAM registration, but here's what I'll say. There's a process and there's sequence steps of everything you do in government contracting. So here's the thing, it's kind of like math, like you can't jump to multiplication without learning addition first, then subtraction, then multiplication, then division, right? One builds on the other. So I'm not sure where you're stuck and where the overwhelm is coming from, but if you didn't do the steps prior, it may seem overwhelming and it will stop you in your tracks because you have to have some information from prior things that you need to do in setting up your business in order to fill out the SAM registration. So that's one thing. Inside of the SAM registration, they do ask a lot of questions that may seem overwhelming, if you don't know what they're talking about. So I don't know if that's where you're overwhelmed, if that's your struggle. you can either get someone to help you or take the time and you just have to read through it and make sure you understand and you're answering the questions correctly. Now, I do have a resource on my website. It's government, contracting 101. It's all about the sequencing formula to getting registered with your SAMs, doing your certifications, and even getting out there starting to market your company. So I give you the sequence steps of what you need to do. So if you go to my website, FeliciaStreeter.com/store, you can find that. And I can type it here for you guys as well. But let me see. It's FeliciaStreeter.com store. And then there you'll find it's the well, I can actually just give you the link. Let me just give you the link. Let's see. There you go. So there's the link. Hopefully it didn't break up, but there's the link for that. Latoya, they have help for free. Yeah, you can go to your PTAC free resources if you don't want to invest any money. Now the sequencing formula is $37, so it's not a big investment, but most people find it valuable just because I also cover some marketing things for you to get out and start marketing your business. But Latoya, you are absolutely right. You can check out your PTAX, the SEA, SCORE. So those are all free resources. And I think the small business development centers, they're all free resources. You'll have to, schedule an appointment. So just depending on if you want to wait for that. And then just be mindful and patient with them, because you have to understand that they're servicing a lot of people. So that does not mean you're going to get in tomorrow or the next day or that kind of thing, but they are there. They're a free resource, but just understand they're servicing, hundreds, thousands of people in a particular area, and you're not their only client. So, be patient with them in that regard, but there are free resources out there for you to help you, in doing paperwork and things like that. Not so much with your bidding and stuff, but, basic paperwork, they can help you with that. Any other questions? So thank you for that feedback, LaTroy. Am I saying that right? Because you broke it out, so it's LaTroy. All right. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Robert, I remember you too. You say you've been looking at government security contracts. You have a lot of questions. Okay, Robert. So we may not be able to answer all of your questions here. If you want to pop one question in here, you can, for sure. I'll try and answer that for you. But, depending on what your questions are, here, let me just tell you guys how I serve people. Just so you know, I work with clients one-on-one. We work together for 6 months, where I help you wherever you're at in the process. I meet you right where you're at, and taking you all the way through, teaching you how to bid contracts, how to find opportunities, how to respond to proposals, how to create your proposals. So I'm right there with you as you're bidding, and I help you through the bidding process on multiple occasions, because over time, in 6 months, you should be bidding multiple times. So I help you with all of that. If you're more of you just need a jump start in one area, and you want something of an intensive where we're focused on one or two things, I offer a mini intensive session where we can definitely do something like that as well. And then I have group programs that I offer a few times a year, as well as I have a live, yes, first time, live workshop, a 2-day workshop I'm doing here in Dallas, Texas next month. And so you can find out about the different ways that I can help you, as well as the workshop, all on my website at FeliciaStreeter.com. Okay. So let's see. Someone else popped in. Sunshine said, this is Melissa Anderson. Oh, and thank you for the information. Is this my client, Melissa? So you over here on YouTube hiding out saying your name, Sunshine. Okay. So Melissa is one of my, if it's the Melissa I'm thinking, is one of, yes, she said yes. So Melissa's in my 6-month program. So yeah, we're getting ready to do some awesome things. I saw your email today, Melissa. She's doing a shift, and I'm really excited about it, more so probably than they are. And they were like, but I see the opportunity in what you selected. So it was up to you guys to make that decision. But now that you've made it, I'm pretty sure we can go find some contracts really quickly. So I'm looking forward to our call. I don't know if we're talking tomorrow or Wednesday, but yeah, you're on my mind, and I have some ideas of some things we're going to try to make happen like really quickly. So that's cool. I'm excited. Okay, let me see. Okay, NYC Rico responding to RFQ. RFP is the area I need help in. All right. So, NYC, we can definitely do the mini intensive if you want to just focus on that and kind of getting a game plan, and where I walk you kind of through what you're going to do. But if you want that hand holding of going through the process real time, then you're going to want to jump into the 6-month program, just to be honest. Okay. Okay. So Melissa says it's tomorrow. Awesome. 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 So any other questions? What can I answer for you guys? Are you liking the lives? I thought it would be something different. I'm chilling here, just ate dinner, and I was like, let me pop on here because I'm getting ready to watch The Voice. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna watch The Voice. So what are you guys doing this evening? Hopefully you're taking a break from work. I think I just did. No, I'm doing a post this week. So you might want to watch this video about some downtime and not being overworked in your business and things like that as you're doing contracts. Okay, so I would love for you to reach out, NYC Rico. You can just go to askfeliciastreeter.com. Let me put the H if you want to have a chat. There you go. If you want to talk about working together, that kind of thing, I would love to have a conversation with you. Any other questions? All right. Robert, I would love to know what you're doing. Let me see. You've been looking at some opportunities, but I'd love to know what you're doing in your business because I remember your name. Yeah, most names I remember. And I talk to a lot of people, and I see a lot of names, but 9 times out of 10, I remember the name. I may not remember what you told me last, but I can go look. So I'm curious as what you have going on. Let me know. All right. Let me see. Oh, the 6-month program. So if I know I'm pretty sure we conversated before. I just don't remember what you told me. But you can definitely go to here. Let me see. I have to sit. I can send you the link. So if that's something you're interested in signing up, I can send you the link. But if you want to learn about it, you can go here. And then if it's something you want to do, I can send you the link to sign up for sure. For sure. All right. Any other questions? All right. I think I'm going to do this more often. And I guess you guys like it in the evening. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, because I always got stuff I can talk about. And of course, opening it up for Q&A too. So if you have questions, things like that, if I can get you unstuck, that kind of thing. I might not can give you the whole roadmap, of course, that kind of thing. But, if I can answer a quick question for you, I'm open to that. All right, I'm getting ready to watch The Voice. What are you guys doing tonight? Chilling. What's for dinner? I had spaghetti. Delicious. All right. Well, I'll pop in later this week, and I hope you guys have a good evening. If you have questions or need help, Melissa making chicken salad. Oh, that's good. My daughter loves chicken salad with Caesar dressing. She eat it all the time. All right, good, good, good. New York, Rico says eating oranges. Hey, that's good too. I had a strawberries, granola, and yogurt for lunch. So got my fruit in too. All right, guys, I'll see you back here later on in the week for another live. Definitely, you can check out more videos here on my channel. And if you need some help and you're ready to move forward and make it happen with my help personally, you know, definitely go to my website, reach out. I gave you some links. If you're just stuck in the beginning phases and you just need a little resource, you can go check out my store, the Government Contracting 101 sequencing formula is a great place to start if you're at the very beginning. All right, have a good night, and I'll see you guys back here real soon. Good night. Bye for now.